This course on life skills comes to you from the Ministry of Bible Telling. It is based upon our new book called Life Skills from the Book of Proverbs. Even though the book of Proverbs was written over 3,000 years ago, it is relevant in today's world. Life Skills from the book of Proverbs examines it in a way that relates to what we experience in everyday life. It lays out a course of action to live life at its fullest. The book deals with the first 9 chapters of Proverbs, a section that is made up of essays. This drawing illustrates the flow of these essays. The first chapter is the foundation. It lays out 4 basic attitudes in life: a right attitude towards God, authority, money, and wisdom. Built on this foundation are the 7 pillars of wisdom, chapter 2 through chapter 8. The pillar of commitment, happiness, thought life, marriage, career, life decisions, and finding hidden wisdom. On top of these 7 pillars is chapter 9, the entablature, the top stone, which is making right choices. The foundation and the 7 pillars strengthens our decision-making skills. Within this course, you will find written materials, individual activities, group meetings, audio recordings, and videos. The website provides resources so the leader can prompt dialogue. As you can see from this table of contents, there is a wide range of topics, including criticism, conflict management, finding mentors, emotional focus, and many others. The study is divided into 2 parts. It starts with the basic 8-week course. This covers the foundation and pillars 1 and 2. Within these 8 weeks, the class will dialogue on the 4 foundational attitudes: commitment, distractions from living a committed life, happiness in a person's personal life, and in their relationships. From there, the class can decide to move on to the 10-week advanced course. This goes much deeper into the essentials for successful living, including controlling our thought life, finding a mentor, meditating on God's Word, righteous living, marriage, career, and finding wisdom in everyday life. The course concludes with the entablature, the top stone of the structure. Everything in the entire 18 weeks has moved a person to establishing strong decision-making skills. So let's look at the layout of the website. This will help you easily navigate through the various tools found there. The individual activities are found in the book, but they're also listed here for your convenience. You'll find your lesson plans under this tab, Group Meetings. Let's click on 1, Group Startup Meeting. Here is a suggested lesson plan for your first meeting with the group. Notice the Print button in the corner. If you decide to use the quizzes, they are all under this tab. I mentioned the various resources available to you as you go through the course. Now, back to the individual activities. As I said, they are also in the book. The course is designed so everyone does 3 lessons in a week. These lessons are not very long. In fact, here is a picture of lesson 1. As you can see, it's about 1.5 pages, with an activity at the end. Lesson 2 is about 2 pages long, which is typical for most lessons. Again, with an activity at the end. Lesson 3 happens to be a bit longer, at 3 pages. As always, there's an activity at the end, but in this case, there is a bonus activity as well. As throughout the entire course, there is the first lesson with an individual activity, a second lesson with an activity, and a third lesson with an activity. but not all of them have a bonus activity. After these 3 lessons, there is a self-evaluation. Not all weeks have a self-evaluation, but most of them do. It's important to note that the self-evaluation is for their eyes only. They should feel assured that the teacher won't require them to show everyone how they did on this. This is their opportunity to be completely open about where they personally stand in light of what they have learned. At the bottom of this page is the notice for the group meeting. This box indicates it is the place to stop. But talking about the group activity, let's take a look at a typical group meeting. Each session has a looking back section and a looking forward section. Note several things in the looking back section. We always start with the question, what are your main takeaways from this last week? In other words, what jumped out at you? What was your favorite part? Did you learn something new? At first, they may not know how to answer that, but as the weeks go by, since they know the question is coming, they will get ready for it. The next thing is the quiz. There are 2 ways to handle this. Some groups like to get the quiz the week before so they can use it as a study guide as they go through their 3 lessons. Other groups use it like an open book test as a way to review the material at the beginning of a session. As I mentioned before, you can find all of these under the Quizzes tab. Next, I find people like to go over the self-evaluation. Notice we're only asking what their thoughts were about the evaluation. How much they share about how they did is up to them. The rest of this section are suggested activities. There are more of these than what you probably have time for, especially when you consider that we have the looking forward section. These are activities that will help people prepare for what's coming up in the next 3 lessons. Some of these activities may be a bit more active than what you're accustomed to. I encourage you to step out of your comfort zone and give them a try. They have been tested and proven. Groups love them. The last thing in the guide is a reminder about the next quiz, for those using it as a study guide. It even tells you which quiz you should be handing out. Well, that's it. This gives you an overview of the flow of the average class. The only thing left to do now is to order the books from Amazon. When we first took our pilot group through this course, we ordered 1 book per couple. They all gave me this message for you. Every person should have their own book.